This is Capital's 30th anniversary, and I'm here to celebrate over 30 years in engineering recruitment. I've been lucky enough to work with some of the world's leading engineering companies over the last 30 years, placing engineers into big projects that go on to be part of the world stage. This involves companies who actually design and build military and civil aircraft, including Airbus, companies who are involved in technology for the defence departments and the intelligence service, and even companies who are actually involved in the space industry and building the Mars rover. The UK is one of the world leaders in the defence industry, but despite this, the UK is facing an engineering shortage in the next 10 years of 100,000 engineers, and we need to do something about this. As part of the 30th anniversary, and to say thank you to all that engineering has done for me and for Capital over the last 30 years, we've become involved in a project to actually encourage young people to go into engineering and to become the future of engineering for the UK.
The thing that inspired me to get into engineering was the fact that it was applied. So it applied the knowledge that I had gained into a purpose that benefited somebody. So for example, if you go into engineering, you can really make a difference to people's lives. And it was the making a difference with something creative, you know, giving somebody tangible that had an impact to improve their life in some way. That was what really inspired me to get into engineering.
I think the first thing that made me think about engineering as a career was actually hearing in the news about the exciting projects that were going on at the time when I was doing my GCSEs. So just around then, the UK was sending Beagle 2 into space to go to Mars, and I thought that was really exciting. Maths and physics were always my strongest subjects, but I really enjoyed design and technology and art and all the creative kind of things, so I really wanted a career that would combine elements of both of those.
I was inspired to get into engineering by my love of math and physics and by a desire to understand how great structures were built, were created. I wanted to know how the engineers who built them, what were their thought processes? How did they get these huge structures to stand and to last for so long?
One of the things I enjoy most about engineering is that you have a complex problem at the beginning that you've got to solve. So you work as a team, you break it down, and you ultimately find a solution. And your design gets made, it gets built, and you then get to see it working. That's really rewarding.
What I enjoy the most about being an engineer is the fact that my job is very tactile. I get to go on site very often, I get to look at bridges very often. I use mobile elevated work platforms or cherry pickers to look at these massive structures, and it's very exciting to be able to do that.
I think what I really enjoy about being an engineer is about how creative it is. So I'm able to work with other people on the same project as well, where you all have a shared goal to achieve an outcome that you all really work towards. And also the people that you work with as well come from a range of different backgrounds, so it's really interesting to work with different people and learn from them as well.
I've enjoyed the opportunity of being able to work with iconic structures across the UK. For example, I worked on Waterloo Bridge in London, which is over 100 years old. I enjoyed using my skills and my abilities to find solutions to ensure that this bridge remains working for the people of London.
One of the opportunities I was very lucky to get is that my company BT sent me to Beijing, where we have lots of customers and we're really in need of technical talent there. So I launched the first research projects in our new research lab, and I led a team of technologists to create some research projects that were very in need in the local area. I found that opportunity incredible because it was not only was it challenging, it was really rewarding as well, to see how ideas can go from prototypes through to products and real services.
Although I've only just started my career in engineering, it's already taken me to some really interesting and unusual places. So during my degree, I helped to put a Concorde back together for a museum, and I got to hula hoop on the wing of Concorde. I got to sit inside the jet intakes and do bolts up from the other side. My current role is also really exciting. I'm the spacecraft structures engineer on the ExoMars rover project, so that's Europe's first Mars rover mission. So I get to drive all of our prototype Mars rovers. I take them all over the country to exhibitions and fairs. I've actually driven a Mars rover on stage with the German Prime Minister, Angela Merkel, and the Polish Prime Minister as well.
I was very privileged to receive the Young Achiever Award for the Asian Women of Achievement Awards. And also I received the Women in Science and Engineering Award that was presented by Her Royal Highness the Princess Royal. I was really pleased to receive these awards, especially because I represented women in science and engineering, and I think that more women need to realise the opportunities that a career in engineering can give them.
I believe young people should go into civil engineering because there are a lot of job opportunities for civil engineers right now. Also, civil engineering gives you a chance to travel the world and work in different countries. For example, I started as a bridge engineer in the Caribbean, and now, 6 years later, I'm a bridge engineer in the UK. Who knows where I'll be 5 years from now?
Young people should definitely consider engineering as a future career because of the skills that they can gain really enables them to have limitless possibilities. And also, engineering companies are really looking for new young talent as well. We have so many different projects that are really crying out for young talent. So definitely, if you're a young person, definitely consider engineering.
Engineering has more impact on the world than any other profession. The best way to predict the future is to create it yourself, and the best way to do that is to become an engineer.